How are you in love with someone that you view online, you parasocial Peter?
Anyone could watch you and build some parasocial mindset with any streamer or content creator they watch, and it's dangerous.
Good afternoon, lovely humans. My name is Alex and welcome to my first video. Today we are talking about parasocial relationships, using examples specifically from the VTuber and idol industries. Parasocial relationships are one-sided relationships where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time, and the other party, the persona, is completely unaware of the other person's existence. To start off, I feel as though parasocial relationships get a bad rep when talked about, but I think it's important to know that most of them are healthy and that most people do have them in one way or another, whether it's YouTubers, VTubers, K-pop idols, TikTokers, celebrities, and any public figure in general. We always look up to people and put them on a pedestal, forming a one-sided relationship without even realizing it. However, just because a relationship is one-sided doesn't necessarily mean it's unhealthy. Most parasocial relationships are in fact healthy for many people. The most common parasocial relationships are between actors, musicians, or social media influencers and their fans. Since there is no chance of rejection by the celebrity since the relationship is one-sided, this gives the person the freedom to choose whom they want to build a relationship with. A relationship being one-sided may be relieving since it means that there is no strain or expectations in order to keep up the relationship, like many in real life ones. Viewers feel connected with their favourite celebrities and become loyal and affectionate towards them. As well as this, social media can amplify these positive feelings as fans can share their love and express adoration towards their idols, find other fans, and even make friends through this shared interest in an individual. People with parasocial relationships express their favourite celebrities, helping them get through tough times and even helping to shape their identity and personality. Parasocial relationships provide support and generally give people happiness and hope. On the other side, parasocial relationships can become unhealthy. There are 3 different levels of intensity in parasocial relationships that one could be in. Entertainment social, intense personal, and borderline pathological, the latter being the unhealthy stage. Entertainment social is the stage where the fan is attracted to the celebrity for entertainment purposes as well as for conversations. This level is impersonal, an equivalent of a casual fan, which most people would fall into. The second level is intense personal, where the fan feels intensive feelings for a celebrity and on the edge of obsession. The last level is borderline pathological, where the stalker fans would fall into, the key characteristics being uncontrollable behaviors and delusional fantasies about a celebrity. Fan possibly believing their celebrity knows they exist and even has reciprocated feelings. The last 2 levels of parasocial relationships are common, specifically in VTuber and idol, for example, K-pop idol spaces, because of the ways companies market their idols. K-pop idol companies often don't see their employees or idols as people once they reach a certain popularity. They see them as assets, as a money-making device. And how do they do this? By marketing the idols in a certain way, by pushing a picture-perfect image for fans to fall in love with. By creating personal advertisements to a specific audience, it makes the fans feel included and connected to that celebrity or product, creating an illusion of attraction through social media, and using words like you and us is a key to luring in fans. Parasocial relationships can be good for both parties if boundaries are set and the relationship results in good feelings or they help each other in some way. But it can also be bad if the celebrity is a negative role model to the fans, or if the fans are unable to understand that the relationship is one-sided, leading to stalking and invasion of privacy. Because of the way that companies essentially sell their idols to fans, this crosses into some dangerous territory where fans feel like they're owed something from their favorite celebrities. These obsessive people will only see their idols for their aesthetic or because they're attractive, for example their model or voice or marketed image to the fans. Idols and VTubers shouldn't be afraid to set boundaries boundaries. Maybe they feel as though it wouldn't be as authentic, or it would be out of character, or it would ruin the fan experience. But at the end of the day, their fans don't have a chance with them and don't know the real them. This isn't to say that it's the idols and VTubers' fault, but they definitely do play into parasocialism a lot and rely on it, since at the end of the day it is their job. Companies only feed into this fan-idol relationship by getting them to act a certain way and say certain things or do certain events and streams. Not only this, but the idols and VTubers themselves will even do fan service, and the company will exploit the relationship for money by playing into it. And even if idols and VTubers are fully aware of what they are getting into, it still can be harmful, since it gives fans fake ideals and expectations of what a healthy relationship actually looks like, and it just overall encourages unhealthy behavior and attachment. As a casual fan of these sort of things myself, I've seen so many idols and VTubers say romantic things to their fans, and although it's sweet, and I as an adult know that it's their job to play into the fans' romantic fantasies, not everyone understands that it's fake. Especially since the internet is more accessible than ever to younger people, it's scary to think how this will affect those who cannot separate fantasy from reality. I like to think that most people are mature enough to understand boundaries, what's healthy and what's something that Joe from the Netflix show You obsession level. It's sad because I think a lot of people struggle with their mental health, and we all love escapism and watching things to forget what's going on in our own lives. So I don't blame anyone for being enamored with celebrities, but there's always a line. I strongly believe that creepy fans shouldn't even be referred to as fans, because they feel like they're entitled to their idols or their favorite celebrities, and are just obsessed with them, and they want to date them and go to all their events and feel like they actually have a chance of ending up with them and properly sitting down and getting to know them face to face, when realistically they don't. We don't. Nobody does. We don't know celebrities. We don't know what they're really like when the cameras are off, because the cameras are off. It's a one-sided relationship. Everyone only shows their best after all. It does sort of scare me nowadays, knowing how easy it is to access everything on the internet, because I didn't have all of this when growing up. I mean, I did, but it wasn't the same as it is now, with everyone being experienced in using technology, certainly after the pandemic forced everyone to learn things years in advance. When I was growing up, I only started using social media properly in like 2017, 2018, so when I was 12 to 13, and I only started having parasocial relationships with VTubers and idols and public figures from 2019, 2020 onwards. I'm glad I grew up this way, because I kind of avoided having these parasocial relationships when I was a lot younger, but I feel like people now are growing up with parasocial relationships from a younger age. I'm now mature enough to understand the line of what is and what isn't healthy, but it isn't like this for everyone. I know a lot of people are becoming more and more infatuated in parasocial relationships from younger ages, and they aren't old enough to separate themselves from one-sided relationships and distinct between healthy relationships and communication and straight up delusion. Fans are prone to being easily swayed and influenced by their idol, and are willing to protect them at any cost. And when it gets to this kind of obsessive level, that's when it gets dangerous.
I surely hope that no one tries to tell me not to interact with certain friends of mine, because they're my friends and they make me happy, and I love them just as much as I love my community, you guys. And that's why I don't mind having like these cute ships with other VTubers that you guys draw or talk about on your own time. It's really cute, and I enjoy seeing the fan art. Some people might not like it, then that's okay. You don't have to look at it, right?
An example of when it's crossed the line is with VTubers Vox Akuma and Shoto. A lot of fans ship the two. Shipping is the act of one wanting or supporting two individuals involved in a romantic relationship, especially after Vox and Shoto's playthrough of the multiplayer game It Takes Two, and the often sexual innuendos said back and forth throughout the game as banter. Fans of the VTubers ship them, whilst it's clear that the two are very close and have a comfortable friendship with one another. Close enough for them to be okay with shipping to an extent. It grew out of control pretty quickly. Fans soon treated every conversation between the two as fan service, freaking out at even the mention of the other in each of their individual streams.
Shipping is fine, We really enjoy all of that kind of stuff, and he and I are just going to be ourselves, and we're not going to let it affect us, but that needs to go both ways. You guys need to respect both me and him and every other lifer that you randomly bring up in someone else's chat. It's not polite, okay?
And I haven't even gotten started on the fan arts. It's pretty difficult to approach this topic since they've said it's okay to draw fan art of their ship, Voxto. Even NSFW, Not Safe for Work fan art, and that it's fine to ship them.
I'd really hate for something fun or cute that's supposed to just be enjoyed from fans, like shipping our characters together, to be seen in a negative light, right? Because I genuinely enjoy seeing those, just those ships with my friends, and I don't want it to like cause trouble for other people, right?
I know that some of you are excited, you enjoy our chemistry, and you enjoy shipping us, and we're both fine with that. We think it's completely fine. But when it comes to our rules, we need you to fucking read them, okay?
And Shoto specifically mentioned this since it's their models or characters and not them in the flesh. But is it really okay? Most of their fan bases ship them so much and constantly bring up the other in their streams, and even bring up Vox and Shoto in other streamers that have nothing to do with the two or with VTubers in general at all. Eventually it reached a point where their whole friendship was sexualized for fan service, and although they stopped collabing for a while, I'd say it still is to this day, with clipping channels especially being the main catalyst of the ship.
Please just grow up and remember that, even though we hang out a lot and we do a lot of content together, I am my own person. And I don't enjoy the very uncomfortable feeling that some people are only here because of another person. I want to be the reason that you come to these streams, and if you're not coming to my streams for me and to be entertained by me and to hang out with me, then you should probably, why are you even here?
As well as this, there's also a lot of gatekeeping that happens where fans will act like they own their idols or favorite VTubers, or that a certain ship is better than any other ship, and that everyone who disagrees is wrong.
I've seen a few things about some viewers say that, their favorite streamer or their Oshi has made them sad, or that they felt, cheated on when they interact with another streamer that they don't like, or that they want alone time with the streamer or something.
These obsessive fans will shove the ship down everyone's throat, including people outside the community, and practically worship every moment that happens between the two. I brought up Vox and Shoto and VTubers in general, as well as idols, as examples because they all rely on fans heavily for their careers. Not only this, but I feel as though since they all have perfect images and are put on a pedestal, people often forget that they're humans, just like anyone else. With VTubers especially, I feel as though since obsessive fans consistently watch their streams and support them with donations, they start to feel entitled to them. They think they have control over them and what they do and what they say. Due to the anime style models they usually have, it then becomes much easier to romanticize and sexualize them, almost separating them from regular people and dehumanizing them. I think that's especially prominent with Vox and Shoto and their ship, because they've said that it's okay to draw fan art of them, but then it just becomes so sexualized, and it's just so strange, because to me and to like a lot of other people, if that happened with actual celebrities that, actually show their faces, that would be insane. If people did that, they would never get away with it. I feel like it's so easy to forget that they are real people behind all of that, behind their VTuber models. It's easy to forget that these are actual people with their own lives when they're not streaming or performing or in front of a camera. People that you and I do not know, that we will probably never know. They are not your friends, family, or romantic partner. They do not know you, and you do not know them. Just like how I don't know you and you don't know me, but what do I know, right? I'm just a silly YouTuber.